All right, 7:03 in your life.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order the Community Relations and Human Rights Commission for the City of Oneonta. This is our meeting December 2nd, 2021 at 7 p.m. We will have roll call first. Commissioner Deandra Spaghetti Daniels.
Here.
Commissioner Joyce Miller.
Here.
Commissioner Reverend Marty.
Here.
Commissioner Franklin Chambers.
Here.
Commissioner Paul Conway.
Here.
Commissioner Carroll is excused. And our council member liaison, Murphy.
Here.
All right. We have a quorum. Awesome. So the first thing we are going to do, did everyone get a copy of the minutes from October 28th?
I move that be approved.
I second it.
So we have a first from Paul and a second from. Shoot, I can't, I want to be. Oh, Joyce, your little plaque. It's, I didn't even see you did that. Okay.
Did Marty second?
Nope.
DeAndre?
DeAndre, yes.
DeAndre. All right. So, all those in favor of passing the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Our minutes from October 28th, 2021 are approved and passed. We do not have any petitioners this evening. Does anyone have any correspondences or announcements? We do not. Okay, that moves us right along. First up, Trailblazer event space in our first point of business. I am here to let you know that Carrie let me know that we got approval to be able to have it at Foothills with them serving alcohol at the function. So basically the people are gonna come, if they wanna buy from the open bar, they can buy. But so we're gonna classy it up and so definitely want to thank Jeff for offering the space to us for free in March for the Trailblazer Award. They're very thoughtful and it's great to be partnering with them. Hopefully it's a long-term partnership. So thank you to the Foothills, shout out Jeff.
What is the date of that?
We don't have a date. I mean, we were waiting for insurance to get back to us about whether or not we could have the alcohol.
Is there a space limit at that location?
That is a very good question.
Is there what?
Space limit.
limit,
Is it
capacity?
Oh, there is for every building. So the question is, what number are you looking for?
I would think that we would want to know what the capacity is, given that it's going to be a different type of event. I would anticipate that more people would probably want to come. And so we would want to gauge capacity and determine how we're going to invite people to attend.
Most definitely.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to consider like reserving a ticket or something like that. It doesn't have to be paid, but.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that we should probably do that so we can then anticipate how many people will be there.
It would be good to, are we gonna offer any refreshments, because then we know.
Right, so
Head count.
that's, I was thinking if we could go around and ask for donations from businesses. See if anybody wants to help us cater. So like we can, because our budget is, our budget's only 500, right?
Please.
Okay. So our budget's only 500 still, so if we can get businesses to donate, that'd be awesome. That's maybe we're gonna have to push them.
Jeff Doyle should be able to give you the capacity number with no problem. It's usually posted in every public space.
Right.
It's in that, like when you first walk in, what's at the atrium?
But yeah, so now I will touch base with Jeff and we'll go from there. So we wanted to speak on it. Is it in the atrium? And we'd like to find a way to reserve tickets for people. I mean, past winners, family, current winners and nominees. Obviously, and then we want city council, like we should invite. I mean, we're gonna take the time to make it more like formal and like a real event, so we should. Yeah.
We should probably put together a subcommittee to organize.
Should we take volunteers?
Well, hold on, Frank, would you be on the subcommittee?
Absolutely.
Marty, would you be on the subcommittee? Sure. I would be, Paul, would you be on the subcommittee? I was just gonna say, we're all gonna want to be on it.
That's okay, then we don't have to work on stuff between meetings.
Right.
Right, we're gonna have to just work together outside of meetings. Because we should definitely make it a banger this year coming up.
So yeah, we have like less than 3 months.
Four of them can't be in the space at the same time though, and discuss business.
Well, what?
You can't have 4 people in a spot at the same time and discuss business. It has
What
to
about
be-
email?
Technically, no. Business discussed with the quorum is supposed to be in the public setting. So you can have 3 people meet, because you can't make a decision.
About the event at all? Like I can't even pick out stuff?
I mean, if you're relying on the input from others, no. If you have the discretion or the support of the board to act on your own stead, then absolutely. But any
Okay.
decisions that are made have to be made public.
We'll figure it
Not to be a Debbie Downer, sorry.
No,
That's good to know.
You gotta know these things.
out. Okay, next year's budget is,
So what do you want for the minutes for the subcommittee?
we're gonna work together, but we're not gonna work with over 3 people together. We'll
I was just gonna say, to keep it easy, I don't have to participate.
And I was about to say this, I don't have to be, you just give me an assignment and I'll handle the assignment.
Okay,
I was gonna volunteer to do the advertising,
oh, awesome.
Wow.
create the advertising.
Cool.
Yeah, maybe we don't have to have an official subcommittee, maybe we could just divide it up and
Yeah, yeah,
everyone
yeah.
has tasks.
Right.
And even if you wanted to have a subcommittee, correct me if I'm wrong, you kind of just would have to be, they can adhere to reading business and it have to be open to the public.
If there were 4.
Yeah.
You can have a subcommittee of 3 and make your final decisions when you come back to the meeting, it's 4.
Does Luke count?
No. No, he does not count for the quorum. He
Okay.
counts, just not for the quorum.
Thank you.
Okay.
I
So-
feel like I could help fundraise or like
Yeah.
solicit donations, I think that would be a cool role for me. Right?
Okay.
Thank you.
So maybe play into all of our strengths.
That's a huge help right there. Is there gonna be music at this joint?
I feel like we should, like maybe we can get a band, somebody to donate from a band.
So we don't have a lot of.
How about a female
artists?
It's the women's
That'd be really good.
history month.
Seeing Double has 2 leading ladies in it. They're like a local group that goes around. They're pretty good. They play on Main Street.
Right.
Follow them on Instagram.
What's the name of the location again?
Foothills.
Yes, intentionally having female would be
Yeah.
smart one.
Fitting, be very fitting.
So if everyone kind of wants to think about their strengths and what they can offer to the Trailblazer event, and then we can kind of go from there. We got Franklin for advertising, Deandra's gonna do fundraising and donations.
for like the meals, but just donation wise, I'm thinking, what would we like to serve?
Are we having a meal?
Or are we gonna offer like food or anything? Or doing
I was feeling like if we went and felt out the different businesses and see what they would be willing to give, we can kind of go based off that. Like versus like making a.
I
Well,
feel
the
like
question
fundraising
is-
is easier to ask for something specifically, like an amount or hey, this, and instead of saying like, hey, whatever you can offer, because then you have to go around collecting little bits from everyone.
No, I mean like, for instance, I went to Sal's once years ago for the NAACP picnic and asked for donation. And I was expecting like a gift card and they gave me like pizzas and multiple gift cards and multiple things. And I had just based my mind off of, I'm just gonna be getting this thing. And they gave me so much more. It was different from what I was expecting. So like, I'm just saying, like, if we can get an idea of what they want to give, we can kind of coordinate.
If you have a meal, you're definitely going to need reservations
Yeah.
Right.
and commitment. If you have
Or like.
a little
finger foods.
refreshments and that,
Fresh
you know, so that there's
Snacks.
some food, but I mean,
Do we know if you could bring food into Foothill or? do they-
As far as I know, yeah.
That's what we should be able to find out. Because if they're doing a cash bar, it would be something that would go.
Does the
along.
bar have soft drinks or?
Yeah.
If they're doing a cash bar, you probably require to have, food.
There you go.
I mean, I figure at the very least finger foods.
Well, if you're checking with Mr. Doyle and maybe the guys about the who's all out, and if there's any restrictions on it.
Also to maybe ask if they need someone to man the bar, because I feel like sometimes.
They have somebody, yeah.
They probably.
Because I believe Jeff said they would have to, you know, they would have people come in.
Okay.
And we don't have to pay them, because whatever is generally.
Right.
Cash bar pays the bartender.
Right.
That's good.
So I figured like if it was a really weak night, we could just tip them too.
Sure.
With our $500 budget.
Yeah, next year's budget, that's next, $500.
well, it's going to take over 100 of it. Or
Right.
about 100 of it for your plaques and flowers, depending on how that works out. Yeah.
Okay. Is that something that you were going to do, Sharon, the plaques?
Or about 100. It depends how many people you have that you are awarding things to.
Right. Right, so, and I know we worked in 100
I mean,
with
you
part
can-
of our food budget too, so. You know, I mean, we are definitely, so like with the budget, we're gonna have to be like tighter, so we're gonna get back, you know. A little bit later, we're gonna get into, like the months here.
I would have to say, I feel like,
We're not gonna have the money,
I don't think we're gonna need to spend any money from our budget for this, because I feel like I could easily raise $200.
Wow.
Not to be like overconfident,
Well, that's.
but it's just not, it doesn't seem like that would be too hard to pass. The only thing I would need to know formally is like the process of how to get it to go through the city to get to us.
Directed donation. Virginia Lee would be your contact for that.
Very good.
this is a unique area every meeting.
Virginia.
I bet you were really good at selling Girl Scout cookies when we were a kid.
That was horrible. For volleyball, I had to sell those Krispy Kreme box donuts to pay for my jersey and uniform.
My daughter was the best. She would just smile with no teeth up here and buy every Girl Scout cookie. And they're the best. Oh, man. Those were the days.
Okay, so for the minutes, I've got the subcommittee of Frank for advertising, DeAndre for soliciting and donations, and Shannon for the rules of Foothills.
Okay, but we're not gonna have a subcommittee, we're just gonna keep it open discussion at meetings, and then, like. each
Well, when you
speak
get to
their
the
own-
meeting, then you can do whatever.
Right.
But these are the people that,
She said a subcommittee of 3 or less is okay.
yeah,
And if you could have a subcommittee of 7 if you'd like, you just have to meet in public.
Right.
You could have everybody on the subcommittee.
But we're pretty good at doing our thing when we have it, so I feel like if everybody's got their thing, then I just need to get the date.
That's what
Need the date. So we're gonna really jazz it up next year. As for our budget, we are going to have to, and I know this is really just talking to me and a little bit Frank. But like, anything we spend, we gotta keep receipts. We have to get like a really, like a much better picture of what we're spending on things, cause like Job Corps stuff, right? You were really great, you brought stuff to Job Corps. But like, we have to start being able to show what we're spending to ask for the budgets that we want.
Right.
So like, yeah. So even if we are like, if it's coming from us, if we could just like have a receipt or even like a write-up or something, just so we can have like an idea of what's actually getting spent on each thing. So, yes.
Yeah, our finance director provided me with, I think it was back to 2015, and of course, our funds for this commission has never exceeded 500, but you know that we've definitely spent more than 500.
Oh, way more than $500.
Exactly.
Way more, which is why I asked for 1,000. And why I made that write up for the budget committee, because like we were, I mean, just between Job Corps events, we were over budget. But like, again, Frank brought, everybody brought like something and we all like the. So Joyce brought, like everybody brought stuff, nobody submitted receipts, so it looks like we don't need it. So the hope is that if we can prove why we need it, then for the next 2023, we can be like, hey, this is exactly where it's going. Because it looks like we don't use our money at all. We definitely use our money.
Will soliciting donations affect an increase in the budget? Like, will they say, oh, well.
No, our budget. Yeah, because the donations are like a given for every year, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So
You get.
definitely, we need $500 is not. So yes, that was just a reminder for us to make sure we're keeping receipts of things or note of things, so we can bring it all together and compile it into a better budget. Job Corps. So I was really sad because I wanted Job Corps to come walk in the parade, but they cannot, alas. They're not coming off campus yet. Unfortunately, the only thing we'd really be able to do is like Skype meetings with the youth, like,
Okay.
and that's not really gonna be engaging or effective at the moment. So it's probably gonna be into next year whenever they decide to allow people into space. But Chris is very open to having us back, very open to having the youth at our events. He is very willing to have them come to things, you know, that we're doing. So that's wonderful.
So we
So,
can.
because Jocelyn left, I don't know if anyone knows, Jocelyn's gone.
Frank might be able to have one of this, but I'm pretty sure the president is interested in having a kind of educational session, which would include Job Corps. It's similar to the sorts of things we've had in the past, know your rights.
Yeah,
That was the phrase used as communication between Lee Fisher, president of NAACP, and the president of SUCO. So that's kind of in the back burner, but they're talking seriously about having a know your rights session on campus, which would include Job Corps, as far as I know.
right, so that was one of the things that the workshop that I ran was a Know Your Rights workshop about Job Corps. And Lee was there. He was there, and so was the chief of police at the time. And it was a really good workshop. That was one of our.
Was that you are part of the committee though?
The commission? Yeah, yeah, that was the commission.
If I recall, we had one on campus at one point.
We did, we
Yeah.
we ran a meet your leaders. So the mayor came, the chief, a couple people come.
I think
Jeff
that
from Foothills.
the event we had on campus was more of getting to know you.
It was getting. to
And
know
we
you.
invited in the mayor and the police chief and different officials, but it was getting to know you as opposed to a presentation of your rights kind of thing.
Yeah.
The event I went to Suco on was sponsored by NAACP, the Know Your Rights, where they had the lawyers and the other, I don't remember all the panel that they had.
And that's what they're talking about doing, yeah.
Okay.
But, so job corps is very open to us, it's just they're not open.
Would you let me know if you find that they do like solidify a date for that? I would just like to.
Okay, so the holiday parade. I ordered candy, like 6,000 pieces of candy, and it's currently lost.
It's on a container ship somewhere. I'll be here for next year. Oh, man.
It is late because of shipping issues, I don't know, like not having truckers and the holiday, I don't know. But, it's supposed to come Saturday, but let's hope it comes Friday.
Oh, man.
Cause I'm really thinking. But something I did do and get done, and they got back to me super quickly, are these little bit. So if you wanna pass.
Very cool.
Sorry, Bob. Sharon, Carrie. Cause sharp, I didn't set it up. Okay,
Thank you.
Carrie one.
I
So adorable.
mixed up some dates. I didn't realize well, we kind of happened recently. There's
Thank
a,
you, John.
I don't know if we'll be at the, I've got a funeral on Saturday. So I don't know if we'll be there. I'll do my best to get there.
I appreciate you, Ruth. You do a lot, please.
I won't be there Saturday either.
Okay.
I'll also be at the, but it's in Denver, I mean, in Boulder, Colorado.
Okay, thank you, though.
Yeah, I should have brought it up earlier. I didn't connect the two in my head.
Thank you. Franklin, will you be at the parade?
No.
Okay, it's gonna be me, you and Joyce.
Okay,
Doing a
cool.
virtual presentation to high school. On Saturday.
Joyce, are you coming or are you going to Saturday's? parade?
Well, at this point, I don't know, because I haven't had time to contact Saturday's Bread, and with this other situation arising.
Okay. Okay, well, so as you can tell, we have little stickers.
Yes, are they stickers?
They're stickers.
He's gonna lick them and stick them?
No, you peel them.
No.
The whole plan was that I had these plastic bags and I was gonna put a sticker and some candy and then we give the little tiny plastic bags. But so worst comes to worst, we will hand out our stickers, which I have like 10,000. So, you guys like I hope you like them.
Yeah, they look great.
I think they cost, they were like 170 or something, no, I mean, I don't know that much, I got a discount. But for 10,000 of them, we'll be using them for events until it's permanent. So, hope you like them. If so, the candy, every when that comes, we can always use that for the hometown. Huh? Okay, so we can always use the candy for the hometown.
The parade.
Right, there's always other parades you can just use the candy for. The only thing is I'm feeling a little funky about not throwing candy.
Well, you want.
Who do you have to throw it?
Oh,
Have you
people showing up.
recruited your children?
Okay, so a lot of people don't wanna come because of the COVID and now this new COVID variant and like everybody's being a little.
Right.
But there are, I wanna say, at least 7 or 8 people that confirmed that they wanna come.
I was just gonna say, I've also invited a few people too.
And they have families, so, and then I'll, like, myself and Anaya will definitely be there. If we have to, we carry the banner. So, but it's just, it's a tough time right now. A lot of people are second guessing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a very scary time.
and particularly since,
But hopefully our candy comes because I need to throw candy too, I don't know reason, but we definitely have enough stickers to throw, should we need to. Just throw the stickers, it's just a little tough, because it's wet out, and that's why I wanted to get the little plastic, so we had like.
Well, maybe it could just be a little
Easier
bit,
to throw.
just handling.
I was gonna say handing might be a better method with these, because the city probably doesn't want to have to clean up all these little pieces of paper either. Like, if you throw them like a ticker.
We know, we would have to obviously hand them.
Yeah, well, you're saying, you're using the word throw, so there's a difference.
Yes.
I just hope the candy comes. We're just gonna leave it at that. Okay. Does anyone have questions about the parade? You know when it starts. So,
Deandra, can I give you the banner? Good.
yeah, don't give me the thing. I'm not good with the thing. Okay, festival lights. Take it away.
Festival lights. As everyone has probably seen by now, my sketch. I was just kind of like playing on our logo with the hands and the trees. So I think it would be pretty easy to replicate that in person. And then we can just decorate the trees with lights. Well, kind of straightforward. I don't know about like Christmas lights that I could like just donate. So save some money there, but I'm not sure, maybe that's a subcommittee we should consider, because just, it's the installment part of it. And it's unfortunate Carol's in here. because she-
Yeah, because like dates and time, like I'm a little bit nervous about the dates and time and when it's all to be done and installed. And like,
I think last
Well,
week she said today was when we were starting, right?
December 4th, so that's Saturday. Is when you can
The
start,
parade.
the same day as the parade is when they can start setting up.
Do we have to formally apply?
Well, I think so, because they have to figure out
Where you
what
go?
space, they're putting people in.
Locations, yeah.
So, yeah, you would have to,
So through.
I mean, they would-
I guess we can email Chloe.
yeah, right, I mean, I can just email Carol.
I'd be happy to help set up if, I'm not the only one there, I mean.
I'll help you set up.
That'd be fun.
Two can help us. Sure, don't remember, sorry.
I could, if everyone's okay with me, kind of just taking control, lead on gathering materials,
That'd be
and then just showing up for helping set up.
great. Tell us to show up.
I object.
All right, easy.
Kidding.
Ooh, I've always wanted to be a part of the festival lights.
Yeah.
So cool. It's just neat to have. It's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So are you thinking, just as a question mark, are these two actual trees, or are you gonna make trees out of the light?
I was thinking about like, well, it depends. I think it'd be more cost effective to make a tree out of like wood and a tree stand. Than like actually getting a fig tree. But I'm not opposed to maybe like asking Lowe's to donate 2 trees, like real trees.
Are you talking about?
Home Depot's will donate too,
So that's a possibility too.
sometimes, well.
You talking about Christmas trees or real
Really
trees?
beautiful.
Fake
Christmas
Christmas,
trees.
fake Christmas trees, we probably have a couple of them at the church we're not using, don't we?
I think we got rid of most of the ones that we don't use. So I think we just have the ones we use now.
That would be a good donation. It was just a curiosity.
No, that's a good point. I think. What I think.
Will be passing through the water.
You just go up the.
Well, I
paper.
just thought if you're in the park and you try to put a bridge between 2 actual existing trees that are there, that would affect the
Oh.
application that we make.
Yes.
You know, if we say to Carol, we're trying to be there, but we need
Ooh,
to
I
be 2 trees.
That may be tricky because it's the road that you drive through on,
That
so,
may not pre-exist.
and I'm not sure that trees are alongside the roads
Oh, they're pretty far apart.
And they just removed a ton of trees because the dog park,
Right,
Because of what?
the dog park.
I think a soft plan would be maybe getting real Christmas trees donated to us too. Maybe we try one from Lowe's, one from Home Depot,
Yeah.
if they don't want to splurge and give us both from the same place.
there you go.
And then anyone who has suggestions for bridge, I'm open, what a bridge to make. I was thinking maybe like something with chains. I don't know, haven't really thought too much about it. I don't know, like wire, because Carol was talking about using chicken wire.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're not gonna see.
You know, we
it.
can use like a rope and boards, and that'd be a million times easier than chain.
I mean, that was my first thought, I'm very open to suggestions.
Oh, okay.
Broken boards.
Right, or like, do you want the bridge, like, were we talking about perspective, like, is the bridge like? Cause like you could get painters to from people for free,
Look it up on
And
Pinterest.
put them
Mm.
on rope. And then tie them, and then,
It doesn't have to support weight, so.
right.
you could use sawhorses for the ends, they have legs on them,
Sorry.
The sawhorse.
sawhorses.
Sawhorses, I didn't even take the notes, you guys.
If you need them, I do have 2 in my garage.
Oh, there you go.
Perfect. So I'll pick those up because that sounds like.
And then you can string your ropes between the sawhorses and fill in with boards
Yeah,
for the bridge kind of thing.
we're gonna put colored lights in the trees, right?
And like our,
Like our tree,
Our
or,
hands.
yeah, okay.
Information, color.
Yeah. I can ask Dick what we have that we don't use in the way of some colored strings of
Is
colored
this
lights.
the banner laminated, would that be an
Yeah.
okay outside thing?
Yeah,
The banner is
Maybe
like.
it's kind of like,
But hopefully no one steal it.
is that a risk we're willing to take? I don't know, that's up to the commission. What do you
it's a
guys-
waterproof banner.
Right, but do we wanna leave it in the park?
That would be a question for Carol. Because other people have some stuff there that they probably have to make sure stays protected.
This is probably open certain hours, isn't it? Or when
Yeah,
you
it's-
all the time?
Yeah, it's in the evening.
Like, yeah, and paint them different colors, too, and put them in the tree.
Okay.
Do you know, like the kids thing, like the
Like
simple
that.
flower and
Sure.
maybe like easy.
I think, so she was saying that it opens, what, the 18th?
The 18th through January 1st.
So we have some time
It's cold and I
to play with it.
Yeah, they have 2 weeks.
Okay.
We have 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
From the 4th to the 18th.
Okay. Plans.
Surf the web, see some ideas.
Yeah, we just like put it in the bottom of the page and then paint it a color. And we'll hang this.
Does anyone have an extra Christmas tree stand? That we have in the garage? No, okay.
I'll check the attic and I'll check the church.
You
There may be,
might have them.
I'm trying to think if I saw, seems to me I saw at least one.
Yeah, these things collect in churches.
Yeah,
Okay, that is something we could discuss over email, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get it done. Thank you for taking on. It'll be fun. And then we could also, through email, decide on, I don't know what, it sounds like you guys are gonna be at funeral Saturday, so maybe Saturday won't be a good day, but a day for us to go down.
I'm gonna be away
Yeah.
from them this weekend. I'll be back on Sunday night.
You said Sunday night?
I will be back
Oh,
Sunday night late. So I'm available during the week. I'm all next week.
Move your schedule mornings or evenings?
Evenings.
Maybe we'll go
well,
two sessions.
This is tough because the pitch black.
We're putting the lights up. It's the best time to do lights.
Yeah.
Well, right.
Well,
because
late afternoon would be.
We gotta, like, we'll scout it once and then we can go down in evenings, cause I'm evenings too. I was just projecting that, I'm thinking that it's dark out and then, it was like 4:30 and it was dark out tonight.
Yep.
Mhm.
We could also do like a team thing, like mornings, I prefer mornings. So for Maria and I wanna head down with the soft setup, then you guys come in.
Facts.
That works.
We could add it 16.
You have to construct things inside, someplace we can come to the first meeting.
Sounds good.
So our next plan of business is the role and purpose of the commission.
I think we should just adopt this, because it's so written.
Listen, it was just copied from offline in the banner, I mean, not the banner.
For sure.
Those
I've got a suggestion on wording, I guess we all gotta look at words at someone. I was thinking growing populations, I'm not sure growing is right in the sense that our population might not be growing, but it's increasingly diverse. So I'd throw increasingly instead of growing.
That's good.
Change?
Well, the population as a whole may not be growing, but this says growing diverse populations.
Okay, maybe that's,
Does that make a difference?
okay.
I think his word is clear as well, increasingly, because diverse is an adjective, and you want another adverb to be.
This is why I was like, I don't know anything about you, but I make myself sound
Talk to
dumb.
an English major. I was actually a religion major, but they're just English majors. that-
Okay, so increasingly diverse population,
I think that's better.
that works,
Yeah, it sounds better than.
okay, great.
Other than that, man, I think this is really good stuff. When I read it, I felt like, I really want to be a part of that group.
Right, we're talking about, wait,
It's like almost probably what, the second sentence in?
no, I'm sorry, I'm looking further in about like the calendar. I feel a little nervous about putting in events and partnerships right now because we don't really have any of those set up. And
I would say that we wouldn't adopt the calendar. The calendar was kind of just more of a
Right.
brainstorm for us.
Right, I love it, but like for right now.
We're not committing ourselves, because we won't.
From the
No, it was
way-
just kind of like, oh, this is the potential of.
Because the last sentence before the calendar basically says that we can.
Right.
It doesn't say we will or we must. It's more like a smorgasbord of things that we can look at, which I find very helpful. But we don't have to adopt. But we do it.
Also too, I kind of envisioned us maybe choosing like 4 months to implement at first, because I think it would just be a little overwhelming
Yeah.
for us to try to do something every month off, like from the beginning.
That's too much.
So just kind of like a slow trickle, and maybe like within 2 years, we have a 12-month calendar.
Well, we were doing stuff like every other month, or even we were doing stuff a couple months back to back. But that's like right when we were hitting our stride and then COVID hit. Like we were really doing it for a minute. Unfortunately. That was also back when we were all spending our own money. Putting in for money.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm poor, so I will not be contributing any of my own money.
It's like, yeah, contributing a lot of energy and ideas. Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess we do have a space on the website, right, that already has what we should be doing. So this, I guess, would be like adopted for ourselves for the commission.
Yeah, just give us direction.
Are we entertaining a motion to accept this?
I believe that we should do you want the correction with the growing? Do you want that?
Yeah. I can
So
say
with the correction of the growing.
So is there any other?
I'm not sure, maybe a comma after inclusion, the second paragraph. What do you think?
I'm gonna say yes, because I don't really know.
Yes, council member liaison with Mark.
No, I remember we've done this a couple times at council, so it's starting to stick a little bit. If you're changing one word, I think you can just do it as like a friendly amendment. So as part of the motion, I don't know if they necessarily appreciate motions, which you might have just said. Exactly what you just said, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I didn't,
I thought the word, the phrase for it.
Well, no, we have not made a motion to accept it
Yeah.
yet.
So we- oh, sorry,
So
I'm not
we wouldn't
seeing
have
it.
to have a friendly amendment because we are actually editing it.
Okay.
To the motion.
Right. Yeah, so it doesn't need to be amended. We're gonna make the changes prior. But thank you, Luke.
Okay, so what did you put, a comma after inclusion?
Yes, last line in the second paragraph.
Yeah,
Respect.
Does that make sense?
And goodwill.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Well, if you're gonna do that, you should do the same in the next one also, where it says dialogue, advocacy, and response. If you're gonna do columns, then gotcha. But, you know, whatever.
Okay, those are easy corrections. Anything else that I missed?
No, I think it's fine. And just as we're not adopting the calendar's more for ideas and.
Ideas, concerns, or issues, is that okay? I like to list things in threes.
what, did you just make another?
No, it's there. I wasn't sure because I said ideas, comments, concerns, should I put another comma, but it's an or, it's not an and. I wasn't sure.
Oh, no, it's,
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
yeah,
Okay, well,
My husband, there he's listening.
So we need a motion to adopt.
He's already in.
I move that we adopt the role.
A second.
The role of purpose
The
of
role and
the.
purpose of the commission as presented.
Mhm.
Second.
Presented with small edits.
So.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? Our motion has passed. This is now the role and purpose of our commission.
without what was already existing.
okay, now in reading this. Okay. No, I'm going back to our display now. It says that creating a bridge to serve as a bridge between local groups and the city. In other words, in your display, are you just having two trees and a bridge? Or are there going to be, like, on one tree, some words, and on the other tree, some words, the bridge between?
Oh, yeah.
What if we used hands? We could put like local or names on the hands.
Yeah, you go
on
sort
the
of
tree.
like decoration.
Yeah.
That works.
And using your hands idea here, yeah.
That's not big, that'd be great. They're easy to draw.
I mean, if you just have a bridge between two trees, what message are you giving?
True.
True.
But if you have
An
some,
embodiment of our role and purpose. Yeah, so the local groups can have do different. things.
So should we have one of the tree kind of be like Oneonta,
Mhm. The city.
the city,
the city,
the city,
and then
and then the groups,
the hands?
yeah.
So not both trees with hands, just one tree with hands.
The other one could have.
I was kind of thinking,
You know, I've got little baby gloves on my fireplace, baby mittens, not gloves, were with fingers, and it can be different colors, and it could just be on the trees. One tree anyway, that would symbolize different kinds of groups, yellow, brown,
Yeah, you want to do
yellow, brown, white.
Where was that?
Did you hear his?
Oh, no, sorry, apologies.
Yeah, little gloves, like little mittens, gloves, but I have little gloves on my fireplace, they're tiny little things, and you can buy them at any gift store, I think. And if you have red, yellow, white, brown, black, maybe just put on one of the trees, that would symbolize different groups.
I think
And
I'd be,
maybe LGBTQ colors as well.
I would be a little bit more comfortable if we just stuck with the colors
Colors
on
of
our
the
logo,
tree, yeah.
but that's.
Yeah.
Okay, it's up to you. I
But I like the hands for sure, but so one tree with hands, the other tree, how would we represent Oneonta without using the offensive logo?
Right.
Uh,
Put a symbol of
No,
Simple.
I think we should make the hands, have them be local organizations, and the other tree can have hands, but they'll be like this, and the fingers will be little people.
Oh, I thought you were saying that for, that's what you meant for the orgs, because people represent,
Right, no, I mean like the people, the citizens of the city of Oneonta,
okay.
like, well, that's why we would have people on that tree. No, or do we want? Because it wouldn't make sense to have city organizations on that tree. We would have them on the other tree, so
Just
what
a
would we
picture of
have?
the mayor's head.
Speaking of pictures, there's a really cool picture on the city website. It's,
Of Oneonta?
Yeah, like a Flatiron building, I don't know what it is.
We could get old pictures of Oneonta.
That would be kind of cute.
Yeah.
And there's a really nice picture, I don't know who took it, shout out, I don't know who you are right now. But it's like over the valley, over the top of Oneonta, and the sun is setting, has everyone seen this?
Yeah,
It's like the broad one, yeah.
Yeah, we have one of those
So-
on our website, on our church website.
That's a good idea, so why don't we laminate pictures around Oneonta and use them as decorations for the Oneonta tree? And then on the other hand, on the other tree, we'll do the hands.
Yes.
You have to think about what will be visible at night, though.
Oh, yeah, true.
You know, if you
Facts.
eliminate pictures, will they be able to see?
Marty, you always bring us back,
Yeah,
always bring us back,
Right.
Well, a picture of City Hall,
huh?
a picture of City Hall.
A picture of City Hall.
but it won't be visible at night.
Carol might have some advice about that. 'cause
Yeah.
She's got a lot of experience.
Right, yeah, how do people make everything visible at night?
Well, are we having any lights on our
The link
display?
boards.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like, it's a literal board of lights,
yeah.
and we could do like a negative or a cutout that looked like City Hall, or something from Oneonta.
Or different
And then when you
types
have
of-
it on at night, it projects out and it looks like a negative almost, and they'll be able to see it.
If you know how to do that, then that sounds good, we should definitely do
Right, but
that.
I have to,
Figure that out, look it up on pictures. Light board.
And it might be to go back and not have two trees or trees on two sides, but maybe on the one side you have the representation of Oneonta and the tree with a bunch of little fingers or
Hands.
representations or symbols of diverse peoples on the other. So you don't necessarily have to have two trees.
Right,
Zero.
maybe Oneonta is like a large mound. Like a hill.
There you go, city of Hill.
I just brainstorming here, kicking it around.
Perhaps.
But this is gonna be quite, it sounds like it's gonna be the best display there, I don't know why. I'm like, I might only go just to see ours.
All right. You're gonna do that.
okay. Does anyone have any other business? All right, so before we wrap up, I do have to point out that this is Joyce's last meeting.
Oh, shucks.
Wow.
It's our last meeting with her. Joyce, should I put you on the spot?
Well, I just want to say that, you know, I have enjoyed my long stay on the commission. I've seen it evolve through a number of emphasis but I think right now it's full of ideas and energy and that you will continue to go. I'm not sure, but more than probably was little.
Yeah.
I thought my term was going to be up when the last time I had served whatever. How many years do we serve? 3?
3 consecutive 3-year terms.
three consecutive 3-year terms.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I wasn't out of being legal. Okay, so that's 9, but I was on the commission before that before the new charter went through. So
Okay.
I've been on this for a long time. But I'm really excited about the energy and ideas that are here now, and I feel that I'm leading a very productive commission. And I can't say that was always true, so I had concerns at times over the years, but I
You
think
made a very important contribution yourself,
so.
especially with all your good note taking, which takes a lot of patience.
So I'm really,
Attention to detail.
Yeah.
I will not miss having a freed up calendar. That will be nice. That will be nice. I will, you can expect to find me at your events and
I hope so.
I will turn over some paperwork from the Trailblazer to whoever on the commission wants to be the keeper of it, which lists not only the winners, which are on the plaques, but also all the people who have been nominated over
No,
the
that's
years.
helpful information.
And,
That's good institutional memory.
Yeah. And also, Carrie, are they gonna do something different with the display case sometime?
We have enlisted the assistance of the Public Arts Commission to help us get some more displays out there.
Good, good.
We have reached out to the people that normally handle our displays, other organizations that are interested, and unfortunately, nobody had the time to do it.
Yeah.
So it's been a very long-standing celebration of women's history.
Yes, it has.
Well, that's okay.
It has been, but I have some things in there that I need to return
Yeah,
to
we'll make sure they get to you.
some other places, so when it does come down, there's
I'll find you.
some display things. Okay, that'll be good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good, good.
I wish we could just take you out to eat or something, but I guess.
Joyce
we're not-
Miller, I'm gonna miss the hell out of you.
Well, you can call me. You might catch me home. Or on my cell phone, yeah. When my pocketbook rings, I usually hear it. Might not answer in time, but I usually hear it and then call back.
Not that I was just talking to you on the phone or anything, right? Joyce? Okay, but, we,
Oh, my goodness.
we'll get them to you. Maybe I should add something else. Okay, hold on. Okay. We are all finished, so I am going to close the meeting on the Community Relations and Human Rights Commission. It is 8:56.